Using Metasploit to pass the hash. In this exercise we will be passing a stolen hash of an administratively privileged user to a victim system. In order to perform this attack we will need two things. First, we will need the stolen hash of the administrative user. There are several different methods for obtaining password hashes, with some of the more popular ones discussed here. Along with our stolen hash we will need a copy of Metasploit, which is the tool we will be using to perform the attack. With our stolen hash and Metasploit in hand we begin preparing the attack. In order to begin you must first launch the Metasploit console. In BT4 you can do this by browsing to the /pentest/exploit/framework3 folder and typing /misf console. Metasploit is a true framework in that it depends on the use of various modules to perform its actions. In this case we will be using the sexic module. Sexic is a very common tool that is used to execute processes on systems remotely and redirect the output of those processes back to the system you are using. In order to use this module, type use Windows /smb/sexic and press enter. The shell prompt you are using should change to reflect the use of this module. Next, we must set the payload we are delivering. Metasploit will be opening up a very basic connection to our victim, so once the username and hash have provided us the proper authentication, the payload will determine what is executed using sexic. In this case we have all sorts of evil intentions for this victim, so rather than just opening up one specific program we want to execute a command shell that we can use to perform a lot of nasty commands. One of the more effective methods of doing this is to use a reverse TCP shell. This is a payload that will execute an instance of cmd.exe and shovel it back through our connection so that we can access it remotely. In order to use this payload, type set payload windows /shell_reverse_tcp. In order to use this module and payload there are a few options we have to configure. In order to see these options you can type show options and press enter. In most circumstances these are the only 4 options that will need to be configured, and everything else can be left on its default setting. At this point all preparation should be completed and we can execute the attack. In order to do this, simply type exploit and press enter. If successful, you should see something similar to the output shown in figure 8, which is a nice Windows command shell. At this point we now have administrative control over the machine without having any knowledge of the admin user's password.